Next, Archbishop of New York.
And all eyes are on today's city council meeting. Alders try to gain more support for their budget plan before a crucial deadline.
Also this morning, Chicago fans real as the Bears front office explores a new stadium across state lines. It's Thursday, December 18th.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 starts now.
Top of the hour. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thursday.
One day closer to Friday.
Hey,
right?
hey.
Okay, so let's get through today. And today's our warm day. And then we're downhill from here, right, Mark McGinnis?
Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be a bit of a shock. It's warm outside right now with temperatures in the, 40s, just about all locations. I want to step out real quickly, show you what it looks like downtown. We've got a little bit of ice on the water there. We've got some rain falling, hitting the camera, but it is warm. That's the good thing. We're above freezing, 45 degrees now officially at O'Hare with rain, south wind of 16 miles an hour. But this mild weather, it's temporary. It's not going to be around for much longer than, say, the afternoon hours. A couple batches of rain here, as you can see on Live Doppler 7 Max. They're generally moving to the north and to the east. Inland, our counties are dealing with low visibility. DuPage County points north and west up into McHenry County as well. Visibility down to a quarter mile. You can see low clouds here too, Diane, along the lakefront. But that rain will be around through the afternoon. Then temperatures drop tonight.
Not looking forward to that. All right, Mark, out there on the roads, seeing travel times roughly around 40 minutes, less than that coming inbound. No real major outbound delays, except for obviously on the Kennedy heading to O'Hare. We definitely have some delays there, but it's still only about a 35-minute trip heading out to O'Hare from the downtown area. All the expressways are building normally. Let's go to our tollway camera. Check out northbound Tri-State, right around 135th, where we did have a crash that was causing some pretty significant delays. So the crash itself, only a semi remains. It's in the left shoulder, but those delays, yeah, they're still there. So they're all the way back to about before 159, but they are getting better. This is the second crash. This is way further north on the Tri-State northbound near Wadsworth. You see everything's on the shoulder there. That delay that was there, now it's really very, very light. I would say they're just slowing down as they pass that crash. It's all back open again. Valen Terrell.
Okay, got it, Diane. Thank you. Chicagoland Bishop Ronald Hicks is heading to the East Coast. Stephanie Wade is live in Joliet now with details on Bishop Hicks' new appointment. Stephanie, good morning.
Terrell, good morning. The 58-year-old Bishop of Joliet, Ronald Hicks, will now serve as the next Archbishop of New York. He is replacing Cardinal Timothy Dolan, who's retiring at the age of 75 to lead one of the largest archdioceses in the country. Bishop Hicks has been a priest for over 30 years and a bishop for over 7. He's led the St. Raymond Cathedral for the past 5 years. Born in Chicago, he attended Niles College Seminary and studied philosophy at Loyola University. He completed his ecclesiastical studies at the University of St. Mary of the Lake and Mundelein Seminary in Mundelein, where he qualified as a doctor of ministry. He's held positions all over the Chicagoland area and surrounding suburbs. Hicks was also a missionary in El Salvador for 5 years and named Dean of Seminary Formation for the Archdiocese of Chicago in 2010 before being appointed to Vicar General in 2015. In 2018, he was made an auxiliary bishop, then later Bishop of Joliet, where he's known for being a good administrator, pastor, and allowing Latin Mass communities. He expressed gratitude this morning in a statement saying, quote, "I have been deeply blessed to serve the people of the Diocese of Joliet. I will carry the faith, generosity, and the spirit of this diocese with me as I begin this next chapter of ministry." And back out here live, Bishop Hicks will continue serving the Diocese of Joliet until his installation in New York. Meanwhile, there is a morning mass here starting at 8 o'clock. We hope to speak with some parishioners here to talk about this very exciting news. We're live in Joliet. Stephanie Wade, ABC7 Eyewitness News. Back to you.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. And the clock is ticking on Chicago's budget. Chicagoans could feel the impact if a deal is not reached.
Christian Picos is at City Hall this morning with the latest on council's debate. What's at stake and what comes next, Christian?
Yeah, hey, Terrell and Val, good morning. Look, City Council will meet in just under 3 hours now to hopefully find some common ground on this budget battle as the clock continues to tick towards the first ever potentially citywide shutdown. Now, it's not exactly clear when there will be a budget vote, but one could come as soon as tomorrow. Right now, the alternative budget is falling just short of being able to override a mayoral veto, which requires 34 votes. The alternative budget calls for raising a plastic bag shopping fee from 10 to 15 cents, includes a pilot program that would place advertising on bridge houses and light poles, youth jobs, and other efforts. It does not include the mayor's corporate head tax. Alderman Scott Wagaspak shared an update on budget negotiations, while the city's budget director shared her concerns about the proposed plan.
We had our experts, municipal budget and finance people look at it, along with aldermen who've been doing this job, and we put together sound revenue items that they immediately rejected. So we think we're on a good path to move forward, and we'll have to wait and see what the mayor does next.
The revisions overwhelmingly shift the burden onto residents and our labor force, and that's based on the inclusion of the sale of debt, the liquor tax, the shopping bag tax, and cuts or efficiencies within the budget.
Now, there are also concerns about plans to sell outstanding debt to raise $90 million. The mayor and his team also argue the alternative budget is not balanced and includes a $163 million shortfall. Now, back here live this morning, of course, we will let you know when we learn about when a budget vote is scheduled. That meeting is set to begin at 10 o'clock. We're live at City Hall. I'm Christian Picos, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Christian, thank you. Breaking overnight, a teenage boy was killed in the Chicago Lawn neighborhood. The 16-year-old victim was inside a building near 66th and Tallman when someone outside fired shots into the location. Police say the teen was taken to the hospital for multiple gunshot wounds. Police say the suspect ran away.
Today, we may learn the name of a 78-year-old man hit and killed by a driver in the west suburbs. That crash happened yesterday afternoon near Butterfield and Laverne in Hillside. Investigators say it appears the driver may have experienced a medical episode. He hit several vehicles, including a police vehicle, and then crashed into the victim, who was using a walker on a pedestrian ramp to a nearby store.
It was slow motion, right?
It was slow motion. It wasn't like it was going rapidly. It was just like crunch, 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 all the way through.
Right. It was crazy.
That was bad.
8 other people, including 2 police officers, were hurt. Most have minor injuries and they'll be okay. The driver is in the hospital. Federal investigators are working to figure out what caused the small plane to come down in DuPage County. Today, autopsies are expected for the 2 people who died in that crash. DuPage airport officials and the FAA say the Piper PA-30 crashed yesterday afternoon shortly after taking off. An official with the International Flying Club based out of DuPage Airport tells us 2 members of that club were on the plane and those people died.
Sorry it happened this close to Christmas. I'm sorry it would happen any time, but the timing just makes it even sadder.
Authorities have not named the 2 victims. Airport officials say they are working with the FAA and the NTSB, who will be leading the investigation.
New this morning, an ambulance stolen in Rockford is stopped here in Chicago. Police tell us a man ran from the Rockford Police Department in a private ambulance last night after 7:30. The Cook County Sheriff's Department later saw the vehicle near Chicago and Holman Avenue. Authorities say one man is now in custody. Charges are pending. I want to turn now to a primetime address from President Trump described as combative and fast-paced. The president painted a rosy picture of the economy even as inflation ticks up and polls show growing dissatisfaction among Americans. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is live in Washington with the very latest.
Yeah, Val Terrell, in this nearly 20-minute speech, the president offered few new policy initiatives to address the rising costs, but he did promise the nation would be stronger next year.
Good evening, America.
In a rare evening address from the White House, President Trump touting his accomplishments and attempting to paint a rosy picture of the economy. Even as new polling shows Americans are increasingly dissatisfied with the job he's doing.
1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world.
A new Quinnipiac poll shows 65% of voters rate the state of the economy as poor or not so good, with 50% saying Trump's policies are making things worse. 64% of voters say the cost of living is a very serious problem, 28% saying it's somewhat serious. The president had promised an economic boom, yet nearly 1 year in office, inflation has stayed elevated and the job market has weakened sharply in the wake of his tariffs. The president quick to place the blame for economic challenges on Democrats.
This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability.
The president also addressing the issue of health care.
I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price.
However, the president offering no details or concrete plans. It comes as more than 20 million Americans are bracing for their insurance premiums to skyrocket when the Affordable Care Act subsidies expire at the end of the year.
And the president also announcing new tariff rebate checks of nearly $1,700 that will go towards nearly 1.5 million military service members. Val.
All right, Nicole D'Antonio live for us this morning. And this morning, we will be hearing from the Illinois Accountability Commission for the first time. They'll be speaking out of the impact on the use of chemical agents during Operation Midway Blitz. The Accountability Commission is responsible for gathering and archiving evidence of the federal immigration crackdown in our area. Governor Pritzker said he believes this committee will lead the way in holding people accountable once Congress and the White House change parties.
More reaction this morning to the Chicago Bears expanding its search for a new stadium site in Northwest Indiana. Indiana Governor Mike Braun said on social media this move would deliver a major economic boost, create jobs, and bring another premier NFL franchise to the Hoosier State. Let's get it done. Governor Pritzker calls it a slap in the face. The team previously said it would move forward with plans at the old Arlington Park site in the northwest suburbs, but the club also requested state help for infrastructure needs. Bears president Kevin Warren told season ticket holders in an open letter the expanded search is over what he calls a lack of cooperation from Illinois lawmakers. Some Bears fans are not excited about the potential move across state lines.
It sounds like he's kind of trying to put all his chips on the table and trying to maybe pressure the city into making a decision to keep the Chicago Bears here on the lakefront. I mean, if it works, good, but yeah, I wouldn't want to see the Bears go to another city. Yeah, the Gary Bears, yeah, no.
A spokesperson reiterated the governor's stance that private business development should not come at the expense of taxpayers. Meanwhile, the village of Arlington Heights says it supports new state legislation to keep the Bears in Illinois and that, quote, both the village and the Chicago Bears remain confident that their Arlington Park property in Arlington Heights is the best option for their new stadium and entertainment district.
Well, the Powerball jackpot continues to grow. Nobody matched all winning numbers last night, so the jackpot is now an estimated $1.5 billion. This is Powerball's fifth highest jackpot. The next drawing is Saturday. Get ready to sleet the competition. Chicago's popular Name a Snowplow contest is back. The city is once again asking people to submit their most creative plow names online. Officials will narrow the list. Then voters will pick 6 finalists, one for each of the city's snow districts. Past fan favorites include Sleet Home Chicago and Salter Payton.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see what we come up with this year.
We had push baby.
We had push. Plow, push, what did we say?
Something. I think you had it, actually.
Push it real good. I can't remember.
Give us this break.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. What? Salt and we'll figure something out. Yeah. All right, live and local news just getting started. We're streaming out loud this morning. When we come back, a West Side nonprofit is spreading joy with toys and coats for the families in need.
But first, Mark McGinnis has your ABC7 AccuWeather forecast coming up next.
7:15 on your Thursday morning. Sunrise is right now, but of course we're socked in with clouds and some rain showers. Here's a live view along the lakefront, camera on the Navy Pier looking west, and we have overcast skies right now. No showers downtown along the lakefront, but that will change over the next few minutes. Currently, what do we have? Rain out at O'Hare, 45 degrees, and the south wind is 16 miles an hour. So it's breezy, it's mild, and it's wet in some areas. Here's live Doppler 7 Max showing you that downtown we've got some showers just off to our south and to our east. Showers out towards O'Hare, also stretching west into Kane County, also into DuPage County. Those are tracking to the north and east. Also inland, we're tracking some fog. Visibilities of quarter mile to half a mile for many of our inland counties as this warm air is going over the snow and creating the fog. As far as our forecast for today, spotty showers the next few hours, and then we're going to see the rain chances really increase late morning into the early afternoon. You can see it here on our timeline. We get to 1 p.m. and our rain chances jump up to 90%. That rain will push east with a cool front. And you can see those temperatures dropping below freezing by 7 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow morning, Diane, at this time, we're going to have wind chills below zero. So much colder air coming in tonight.
Not looking forward to that. All right, I got an update on the CTA. So Howard-bound Red Line trains not stopping at the Belmont station because of police activity, but this doesn't just affect the Red Line trains. It affects the brown and purple too, because they also stop at Belmont, and they won't be doing that because of this police activity. So they're bypassing Belmont and skipping over that station, so just a heads up there. All right, elsewhere, we've got a crash in West Chicago, Roosevelt and Town Road, and then the big picture, we've got stacked conditions on most of our expressways. Majority of the delays are inbound. We're not seeing any outbound delays on the Rhine, for example, on the Stevenson. Really no major outbound delays on the Ike either. The one with the outbound delays is the Kennedy, which is very typical for this time of the morning, really every day on the outbound side heading to the airport. Northbound in the Bishop Ford, IDOT is near a crash by 130th in the left lane. So they are actively working to get it out of the way. But in the meantime, there's about a half mile to a mile delay approaching that crash scene. Val and Terrell.
All right, Diane, thank you. Well, this morning we are celebrating excellence in journalism and community leadership right here at home. Today, the National Association of Black Journalists, or NABJ Chicago chapter, will honor trailblazers in media, including our very own ABC7's Jose Sander in its inaugural class. Jose is being honored for his extraordinary impact on Chicago journalism and his decades of service to the NABJ community. Brandon Pope, president of NABJ Chicago, joins us live in studio here to share why this night matters so much. Good morning to you, Brandon Pope.
Great to be here with you, Val Warner.
Look at this, right?
Yeah.
We see each other all the time through our community events, whatnot, but yet we have never been able to be in front of the camera together.
Look at us now.
Let's make some magic.
Let's do it.
Speaking of magic, tonight
Yes.
is going to be magical because you guys have an inaugural class of honorees that you're going to recognize and celebrate. What led to this?
Well, look, I've always wanted to do the best we can to honor our legends while we have them here. I believe in giving people their flowers while we still have them. And so I look at someone like our friend Jose Sanders, someone who means a lot to me personally, but also professionally.
Sure.
I look at Dorothy Lavelle at Chicago Crusader and so many more. We got to honor these people and hold them up because they are a pathway and an example of what we can all be. You and me together, you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely,
yes.
yeah.
And with that being said, how did you guys decide to make tonight the special night?
Oh, I mean, look. This has been years in the making, and I just said, you know what, if we're going to do it, we got to stop talking about it. We got to actually do it. Now is the time, and so I'm just very proud of the fact that we as our board got together, put together a great class of people, thanks to the nominations from our community and from people like you, and now we're going to get to have a great night.
Okay, and speaking of tonight, so what exactly is happening? Because I know this is like, it's an annual fundraiser too around the holidays because NABJ Chicago chapter does so much for the community and for young Black aspiring journalists and students.
Absolutely. So tonight is all about impact, right? NABJ Chicago, the National Association of Black Journalists, 501c3. We're giving away $20,000 in scholarships tonight. The reason why we're able to do that, as we have every year, is because of events like this, giving money directly to our scholarship fund. So people are going to be partying. See Art Norman pointing there. He's the man of the party.
Always.
He's also going to be honored. People are going to be having a great time, but partying with a purpose, and that purpose is powering the next generation of journalists and storytellers, which helps benefit our democracy overall.
Exactly. And you mentioned Art Norman, you mentioned Jose Sanders. Who else will be in this inaugural class of honorees?
Oh, let's talk about Lacey Banks, okay? Trailblazing sports writer at the Chicago Sun-Times, the first ever black sports writer at the Chicago Sun-Times full-time, and he was so integral in covering that Bulls era of the 90s, right? That classic, what we know the Bulls for, right? The Michael Jordan era. We're finally going to get to honor him posthumously. His daughter will be accepting the award in his place. And then Dorothy Lavelle, I mean, a godmother of the black press, Chicago Crusader and Gary Crusader. We're going to honor her as well. I'm just so happy to honor those legends. And then Tonya Hill. Oh my gosh, game-changing black journalist at the Tribe. Her coverage is really intersecting race and culture, politics and power. She's our Journalist of the Year, and I'm really happy to give her that award.
So can people give, donate, show up? What's the deal?
Absolutely. Anyone can show up. It's got at Baseline tonight, starting at 6 o'clock to 11 p.m. Tickets is $45. Your purchase goes directly to our scholarship fund. But if you can't make it, hey, go to nebjchicago.org and donate there. We're happy to have your support.
'Tis the season. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Now, an update from ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning. It is 7:23. I'm Tanya Babich. We are waiting to hear from Joliet Bishop Ronald Hicks. Pope Leo just named Hicks Archbishop of New York. And now we're going to take a live look at St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City. The pew's empty right now. Hicks is expected to speak at a press conference along with sitting Cardinal Timothy Dolan. He is retiring. Watch for that on our streaming show and on our news app and website. Bishop Hicks has been a priest for more than 30 years, a bishop for 7. Born in Chicago, he attended Niles College Seminary and studied philosophy at Loyola University. He has held positions all over the Chicagoland area and surrounding suburbs. We'll have more on this story for you coming up throughout the day. But for now, let's get a weather update from meteorologist Mark McGinnis.
Oh, good morning, Tanya. Good morning, everybody. Dealing with some patchy showers across the area. Right now, some scattered showers south and east of the city and also off to the west. Inland counties dealing with some fog, too. So be aware. It's warm out there right now, but we're dealing with some scattered showers and some fog across the area. Highs of 46 to 52 degrees. Breezy with those showers. Best chance of rain will be early afternoon, and then we turn much cooler overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, we're going to start the day off with below 0 wind chills. Diane's back right after this.
I was pregnant with my first baby. I really wanted to be a mom.
I'm high risk, so I texted my friend Hannah.
I called my college roommate Maya. My sister Camilla. She always has great advice.
That's how I found my OBGYN.
I knew we were in the best hands. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Camilla.
Thank you, Hannah.
For personalized, convenient care and 24/7 support, find an OBGYN you'll recommend at Advocate Healthcare.
Welcome back. An update on the CTA. Initially, we had trains on the red, brown, and purple lines not stopping at Belmont because of some police activity, but it appears now that police activity has wrapped up. Trains are making the stops at Belmont once again. Taking a look at the big picture, still have pretty high travel times across the board on most of our inbound expressways. We've got outbound delays on the Kennedy and on the Eisenhower. We do have an ongoing situation northbound in the Tri-State. Check out our tollway camera where we have the left lane blocked with an earlier semi-crash.
Welcome back. Live look outside. You can tell there's some moisture in the air just by the look of this beautiful shot from our camera at Navy Pier, looking back at our city. Lots of fog and cloud cover, but Mark McGinnis is here to tell us what the next 12 hours looks like.
In the meantime, good news. As many of you get ready to travel for the holidays, the I-Team is reviewing federal data, which shows that gas prices are on the decline. Consumer investigator Jason Knowles explains what to expect at the pump this holiday season.
As you plan your holiday drive to see family and friends, you might notice that you're saving a little more cash at the gas pump. According to data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the average price of gas in the United States is $2.90 per gallon. But across the Midwest, that number is slightly lower, $2.69 per gallon. In the Midwest, gas prices are the lowest they've been in almost 4 years, but keep in mind that prices are still about 8% higher than they were 5 years ago. In Chicago, prices are a little higher than the national average, with the average price at about $3.08 per gallon. Gas prices haven't been this low in the city in almost 2 years, and compared to a year ago, gas prices are about 6.6% cheaper. To keep up to date on prices of gas, food, and housing in your neighborhood, check out the ABC7 price tracker on our free news app and ABC7Chicago.com. For the I-Team, happy holidays. I'm Jason Knowles.
All righty, Jason, thank you. Coming up this morning, streaming at 7, suburban Bishop Ronald Hicks is stepping into one of the nation's most prominent roles in the Catholic Church.
An update on this morning's breaking news.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 continues.
All righty there. Welcome back, everybody. It's Thursday, December 18th. Look at that. Still pretty, though. Very winter-esque.
What part?
It's
very Barry Butler-esque, isn't it? Like a picture that he would totally
Did you see
take.
the birds flying? Yeah.
Like that's totally something he would like look at and be like,
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Some ice there.
Nice, some beauty
the
in it.
fog.
Some.
What a choice.
How do you quantify that?
You know what? It's 46 degrees. It is beautiful.
Right.
Okay.
Right. It's above freezing, which is nice. We're tracking rain, which is nice. And as you can see, it's spotty. It's pushing off to the north and to the east. It'll be spotty until about late morning, and that's when we're going to see an increase in rain across the area. It'll move from west to east with a cool front. So it's warm right now. Enjoy it, breezy and mild. The showers will continue, and then it's going to turn much cooler this evening, Diane, and especially for tomorrow.
Just an update. The trains are now once again stopping at the Belmont station. I'm talking about red, purple, and brown lines. They were not stopping there because of some earlier police activity. It's all wrapped up, so everything is good. There's a look at the big picture. We've got travel times roughly around 45 to 50 minutes on most of our inbound expressways.
All right, I want to take this live picture that we're looking at right now because we know that we learned this breaking news earlier this morning. Pope Leo naming Bishop Ronald Hicks, a fellow Chicagoan, as Archbishop of New York. So Hicks will replace Cardinal Timothy Dolan, who is retiring.
Who's right next to him, by the way.
Yep. Oh, yeah. You see them right there. And there's Cardinal Dolan right there. We're going to listen in.
America's Parish Church, you know that. So thank you for being here today. Almost 17 years ago, I was the one being introduced, and it was a great privilege for me that my first stop was to meet with the press of New York City, because it's through you that we're able to communicate to our people and get the word out. So thank you for being here this morning. St. Nicholas has left us an early Christmas gift in the appointment by Pope Leo XIV of our new Archbishop Ronald Hicks. He is currently the Bishop of Joliet in Illinois. He was a priest of the Archdiocese of Chicago. He's been in an array and abundance of priestly ministry, from parish work to Catholic schools, seminary work, diocesan administration, because he was Vicar General of the vast Archdiocese of Chicago, which is the third largest archdiocese in the country after New York. You knew that, all right? So, and then he was 5 years of missionary work in El Salvador, right? So and for the last 5 years, you've been Bishop of Joliet, immensely qualified. So you are probably going to wonder if I knew him. I don't, but I'll tell you this: the last week since I found out, I've gotten to know him, and I already love him and appreciate him and trust him. Is there sadness in my heart? Sure, because I love the Archdiocese of New York. That sadness is mitigated by the gift that this new Archbishop already is. So it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you Archbishop Designate Ronald Hicks. Thank you.
Cardinal Dolan, thank you for that introduction. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And peace be with all of you. I just wanted to begin by saying thank you for being here. My name is Ron Hicks, and I have visited New York about 10 times in my life. And every time I have visited, I have said to myself, I love it. I love the culture, the food, the energy, the plays, the neighborhoods, but especially I love the people. I love the people from all over the world who call this place home. And every time that I've visited, I've always said, I look forward to returning. And this time I'm returning not only as a visitor, but I'm going to be returning to stay. So I would just like to share a couple more things about myself. My parents, Ron and Rosalie Hicks, are retired high school teachers, and they raised my brother and I in the south suburbs of Chicago in South Holland, Illinois, which is right next door to Dalton, Illinois. Now, South Holland and Dalton might not mean anything to you, but Dalton is where our Holy Father, Pope Leo XIV, grew up and is from. And our houses are literally 14 blocks away from each other. So I would like to simply begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to Pope Leo XIV for this appointment. And I'm getting used to the microphone system here also. But I want to thank him for my appointment here. As someone who has dedicated a portion of my priesthood to serving in Latin America, I have a deep affinity with the Holy Father, and a tremendous respect and confidence in his leadership. I'm also grateful to Cardinal Christophe Pierre, our Apostolic Nuncio, for his trust that he's placed in me. When he called me to share the appointment, I told him that simply, I want to do the will of God. I asked him to tell the Holy Father that I say yes with great humility and that I accept this appointment with an open heart. In my 31 years of priesthood, I was formed in Chicago, in the Archdiocese of Chicago, under the care of Cardinal Bernardine, through the witness of Cardinal George, and by the mentorship of Cardinal Supich. For all of them, I'm deeply grateful. Now, let me begin with potentially my first controversial statement. I'm a Cubs fan, and I love deep dish pizza. That said, I want you to know that I am going to remain a loyal Cubs fan. However, I am going to start rooting for the New York sports teams, and I already love your pizza. I love it a lot. I've spent the last 5 years of my priesthood serving as the bishop of the Diocese of Joliet in Illinois. It's a wonderful diocese, and I'm going to miss the clergy, the religious, and the laity there. I've oftentimes told them, because of them, during my 5 years, I have felt happy, grateful, and blessed to be their bishop. Together, we have worked with some missionary zeal to catechize, to evangelize, and to put our faith into action as disciples who make disciples. I also want to take this moment right now to express my deep gratitude to Cardinal Timothy Dolan for his extraordinary dedication and leadership in the Archdiocese of New York. I'm profoundly grateful for the many ways that he has shepherded the Archdiocese of New York and for the kindness that he's already shown me. I've been deeply touched by his graciousness and his generous expression of support of me. In a truly magnanimous spirit, he said to me, "Ron, I want you to do well here, and you have all my support." New York is rich in energy, languages, cultures, and people. As excited as I am to get to know the city and the Archdiocese and all who call this home, I'm also very aware that these are complex and challenging days, especially as we face issues of life, faith, justice, peace, and healing. Still, I feel the hope that so many to our shores had that came through this very harbor here in New York, including my own family. I am committed to working with the great variety and diversity of faith leaders and civic leaders to keep that hope alive and to make real the promise of the golden door by acting in mutual respect and working to uphold human dignity. I'm committed to learning about the issues before our church, including the funds the Archdiocese has set aside to help resolve sexual abuse claims. As a church, we can never rest in our efforts to prevent abuse, to protect children, and to care for survivors. While this work is challenging, it's difficult, it's painful, I hope it will continue to help in the areas of accountability, transparency, and healing. I very much look forward to working closely and collaboratively with the priests, the deacons, the religious, the lay leaders of this archdiocese. And I look forward to getting to know you and them, and you and them getting to know me. Together, I hope that we can listen, discern, pray, and serve faithfully as we move forward in hope. También quiero que ustedes sepan que tienen un obispo que no solo habla español, sino también tengo un corazón enorme para la cultura latina y la gente hispana. Yo pasé un año trabajando y viviendo como un voluntario en México. Pasé 5 años trabajando en Centroamérica, viviendo en el país de El Salvador. Y también yo tengo...
I'm always so impressed
Right?
with the different languages that
Yes.
come
5
Pope Leo
years
do
in
the
El
same thing.
Salvador.
That'll do it for you, right?
Wow.
So we just got introduced to Ron Hicks, priest down in Joliet, and boy, what a last 10 minutes or so. Getting to learn about him and to hear from him and see him talk. And of course, he talked about how he grew up, was it 14 blocks?
Yeah.
From the now Pope Leo,
Yeah,
right?
wild.
I mean,
Something.
it's-
Well, I was shocked to learn that he's from Harvey.
Yeah?
He was born in Harvey.
And he's a Cubs fan.
And he's a
How does that
Cubs
happen?
fan. Despite that, Pope Leo still appointed him to this group.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Pope Leo's like Sox all
He's a
day.
White Sox fan. And he said it in New York, which is also a crazy
Live, he said it.
I'm going to remain one.
a Cubs fan, yeah.
So he's standing on business already.
We love him already.
Well, I'm sure the folks in Joliet, are watching this going, now you guys get to see what we've been seeing all along over these last few years as he led that diocese out there. But what an incredible appointment to have him now in this position.
Look at us
And
going to bigger
Chicago.
places. Ow!
All over the world.
Yes! Woo! Taking this world by storm.
That's right. We'll get a break here. We're back with more in 90 seconds.
.45 on your Thursday morning. Cloudy right now and dry downtown, but that will change. You still see some ice here on the harbor as we're looking west from the Navy Pier. Our temperature currently mild 46 degrees with rain out at O'Hare, even though we're dry here downtown. The wind out of the south, steady 21 miles an hour, gusting even higher than that. Here's where we have most of the rain right now, just to the south and the east of the city. It's tracking to the north and to the east, so northwest Indiana seeing rain. Inland, keeping an eye on fog. Look at this, visibility down to 0 in Aurora and Hampshire, half a mile in McHenry. Take it slow if you're driving through Kane, DeKalb, also into DuPage County as well. As far as your ABC7 forecast for today, it will remain mild through mid-afternoon. Highs of 46 to 52 degrees. Right now, patchy showers. That rain will increase in coverage as we get in the late morning into the afternoon. And then we're going to find temperatures tumble tonight into tomorrow morning. So Diane, enjoy the mild weather because we have some, well, noticeably colder weather coming tomorrow morning.
All right, Mark, thanks very much. Take a look at the big picture. Outbound in the Kennedy, you see that traffic braking right there? Well, that is because of a crash near Lawrence. So it's on the shoulder now, and we still have delays that are going beyond that to the airport. So for those of you that have to take a flight, probably tack on an extra 20 minutes just to get past that crash, because they are stopping to take a look at that. Outbound on the Eisenhower near Wolf, we have a stalled vehicle out there, and we do have crews on the scene. And then we've also got a crash northbound on the Tri-State that we are continuing to watch near Wadsworth. It's all on the shoulder. Just some minor delays remain, so heads up there, because those delays were very significant but have come down and gotten a lot better in the last 20 or so minutes. Val and Terrell.
All right, got it, Diane. This morning, we are learning about a community coming together to brighten the holidays, from warm winter coats to toys that spark smiles. Building Brighter Futures Center for the Arts, or BBF as it's affectionately known for short, is giving back to the West Side families with its annual Christmas giveaway.
And Jasper Hagen and Masayoshi Haney are here to talk more about the organization and their big upcoming event. Guys, good morning. It's nice to have you. Thanks for coming by. Jasper, I'll get going with you. What do you guys do outside of the holidays?
Outside of the holidays, we have so many amazing programs, from cybersecurity to chess to fashion. I mean, it's just an endless of opportunities for the youth.
Yeah.
And how are you guys helping families on the West Side with the toy drive and the code giveaway? I'll have you do that, myself.
Yeah, no, of course. So this Saturday from 12 to 4, our 4th annual toy giveaway. We're giving away thousands of toys to families, and the kids need to be there, but we're looking to spread a little joy.
You said the kids do need to be there.
Kids gotta be there.
Okay, so it's not for the parents to come get the kids for the toys and surprise them. No, the kids need
family
to be
affair.
It's a family affair.
Building Better Future, Center for the Arts. So if I don't know anything about you guys, how would you guys describe this organization and what you do?
Well, see, the organization is a safe haven for the North Lawndale community. As I mentioned, through some of our amazing programs that we have for the youth. I mean, we've been around for over 64 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And Building Brighter Futures does a lot of stuff, and we know Pam is probably watching, who is leading this organization. But it literally is special because right now there's more need than ever, and this is the time of year where BBF has to step up and help some of these families. Why should people at home feel so inspired to help BBF in particular?
Well, they should feel inspired because, as you mentioned, this time of year, we all want to give back to non-for-profits, but BBF does this throughout the year. I mean, providing food in the summer, providing clothes for families throughout the year. So there's so many ways in which we give back throughout the year. We just want to put a special spotlight on it right now.
Nonprofits are hard to run, and it takes money. What do you guys need to help keep this thing going?
Well, we definitely need support, right, on the ground. Monetary support, of course, donations. We have a back-to-school drive, so toys. We're doing toys and coats, so please bring both of those this Saturday. But we really just could use, just the physical and, of course, the volunteer support, and just show up. We'd love to see you.
Masayoshi, how did you get involved? Tell me.
So meeting Pam,
she's cannot say no.
She's a light to anyone. I think she was 2 steps ahead of me, but I run the junior board. So
I was going to ask you, are you a part of the junior board?
Yeah, so I lead the junior board as president, just bringing a younger generation, bridging the gap between people we look up to. The parent board has so many big hitters, and we look up to them, but we want to just be able to bring a youth component and make sure that our generation's involved.
That's good.
Yeah, all kinds of great stuff, guys. Appreciate you coming by.
Of course.
Thank you all for having us.
Big event coming up, by the way, right? That we're looking forward to, or did I just make that up?
Yeah, the toy drive. Yeah, Saturday. But any final details that you guys want to mention about this Saturday?
Come out, support awareness. We want to make sure people know about it, people donate, and just continue to share about Building Brighter Futures.
Where is it and what time?
It's in North Lawndale. It's at the BBF Center.
Okay.
It's from 12 to 4 p.m.
1512 South Pulaski.
Okay.
Got it.
Do you need volunteers or toys?
We need all those things. Please come.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming on, and good luck this Saturday. All right, we're going to send it over to Diane, who has the scoop on Soap Chat.
All right, thank you guys so much. It is Soap Chat time on a Thursday. Of course, Tracy is out on Missing My Partner in Crime, but we still need to talk about what exactly happened during that trial, the first day of the trial in Port Charles. So let's go on to talk about Willow and Drew. Here they are getting ready to face the judge for the very first time in Willow's hearing. Of course, she's accused of attempted murder. They think that she shot Drew. We don't know. We don't know who shot Drew, but anyway, the court and the trial now underway. So let's move on to what else we saw yesterday's episode. It was a really good episode yesterday. One of the things that got revealed was, well, Tracy is back and she now knows that Michael was at the scene of the crime outside of Drew's house right here. Here's that scene we're talking about. The day that he was shot. We didn't know that. This is brand new information. Now he still claims and stands by, he says he did not shoot Drew, but Tracy thinks otherwise and says she's more than willing to take the stand and lie. Then, of course, we see Britt Westbourne being Britt Westbourne once again. First starting off with an argument with Elizabeth because she was on her phone and she wasn't supposed to be. Then Britt and Rocco. She has this exchange, this text message exchange, and Lulu discovers it. And she really outright threatens Britt, saying, leave my kid alone. I don't want you texting him. I don't want you to have a relationship. Then she kicks it up a notch by blocking her phone on Rocco's phone. Then, of course, Portia and Isaiah. He invites her once again to come to the cabin after she tells Curtis she's not comfortable going back to their home, of course, because of the pending divorce. But listen, Portia is pregnant and she has to avoid stress. And here we see Elizabeth walk in and Portia's not there. Where is she? Is she going to the cabin? Is she going back to her hotel room? We have no idea. And there we see the exchange between, well, the would-be exchange between Britt and Rocco, but she is officially blocked. So we'll see how that relationship will move forward. Remember, you can watch General Hospital weekdays at 2 p.m. right here on ABC7. We've got more news, plus an update on your top stories coming up.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
Top story this morning, Joliet Bishop Ron Hicks just spoke not too long ago about his new appointment in the Catholic Church. Pope Leo named Hicks as the next Archbishop of New York.
Okay, congratulations. And Hicks will replace the retiring Cardinal Timothy Dolan, who you just saw there walking hand in hand. Hicks says that he's been deeply blessed and to serve the people of the Diocese of Joliet as he accepts his new appointment with great humility and gratitude.
All right, before we get out of here this hour, it is Baked Cookies Day, so you know what to do. Throw them in the oven.
Make some cookies.
Eat them. That's right. Yep. Hey, that's going to do it for this streaming hour. If you're just joining us, don't go anywhere. We got much more news, weather, and traffic on the way live at 8 o'clock.
And we're expanding our streaming newscast, so stay with us right here on ABC7Chicago.com. And remember, you can always catch our next live newscast on TV, Eyewitness News at 11. Have a great day.
This has been Eyewitness News streaming at 7.